AT&T. In the first year, it was two-time National League batting champion and a great athlete, Tony Gwynn, riding the crest of the wave. And then last year, a man who makes his playing home north of the border in Montreal, former National League batting champion Tim Raines. He came out on top. This year, supported by an all-star cast, it'll be Gwynn and Raines meeting head-to-head in the third annual AT&T Baseball Challenge. We're on the campus of the University of California at Irvine, and it has been a rainy day. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Drysdale, hosting the third annual AT&T Baseball Challenge, and happy that you're with us this afternoon. And joining me as we look at baseball in general is an old colleague of mine and the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Tommy Lasorda. And Tommy, as we look at baseball in general in this challenge, a lot of people wonder what makes a complete ball player. Well, there's hitting, there's bunting, there's running, there's speed, and things like that. There's a lot of it right here.
Well, I'm impressed with this challenge. First of all, you see 19 of the finest major league players in the game today here competing. And you know one thing, they are very, very talented athletes. Number two, I think it's a great thing that AT&T could give so much money towards the Special Olympics. With the way the condition of the field is, that they're going to take a lot away from the speed of the guys. And when you go to a horse race and it rains all day long, you've got to go with the mutters. I'm going to go with three guys that I think have a chance to win this thing, and they got a chance to win it good. Number one, I'm going to pick Kevin McReynolds of the New York Mets. I think he's a fine athlete, and I think he can add a lot. Number two, I'm going to go with an American leaguer by the name of Corey Snyder. I've heard a lot of good things about this young man. I met him when he was on the USA team in the Olympics. And number three, I'm going to go with the guy who made it possible for me to look much older than my age, Timmy Raines, because this guy constantly would beat us during the season.
Well, I'll tell you, those are just three of the all-star cast that is here this afternoon. And believe me, it's going to be a great show. So you stay right with us, and we want to introduce you now to another all-star, the third man in our broadcast team, and that is the third baseman, former third baseman for the California Angels, Doug DeCinces. Doug has got more gold in his closet than Fort Knox, a Golden Glover. And, of course, he has some interesting comments on the contest. Here's Doug.
Thank you, Don. As you know, last year I was a competitor in this event and had the good fortune of finishing third. So I do have a little insight as what is required to compete in this event. Unfortunately, we have a little weather problem this year, and it's going to change the outcome of the event as far as I'm concerned, as far as who's got the chance of winning. In the past, it's been the speed that has really dictated. Right now, I think because of the rain and the conditions, it's going to go to a little bit more of the power play. And that's why I'm going to change my predictions that I had earlier. I'm going to go with Corey Snyder, Candy Maldonado, and my dark horse is going to be Jose Canseco. And I do believe they all have a chance to compete here. We have great athletes out here. These guys are the top in their class. It should be a great day.
We'll be back to meet this year's lineup and begin our competition in just a moment.
Outfielder from the San Diego Padres, Tony Gwynn. All-star second baseman for the Boston Red Sox, Marty Barrett. 1986 National League batting champ and last year's AT&T Baseball Challenge winner from the Montreal Expos, Tim Raines. 1986 American League Rookie of the Year, one of the premier power hitters in Major League Baseball, Jose Canseco. One of the young power hitters in the game today from the Texas Rangers, Pete Incaviglia. Rookie outfielder for the San Francisco Giants, Mike Aldrete. This young man led the Mets to a World Series championship in 1986, Len Dykstra. Comeback player for the Giants to gain the National League West Championship, outfielder Candy Maldonado. 1986 All-Star outfielder for the Cleveland Indians, Corey Snyder. First left-hand hitter to have 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases from the New York Mets, Howard Johnson. In 1987 was the National League All-Star catcher, Ozzie Virgil Jr. with 3 seasons of 100 or more stolen bases from the St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Vince Coleman. A member of the 1987 American League All-Star team, third base designated hitter from the Texas Rangers, Larry Perry. 6 times All-Star catcher, now playing for the Phillies, Lance Perry. This young man became an All-Star first baseman for the Houston Astros, Glenn Davis. First major leaguer to hit 40 home runs in both leagues. First baseman from the Detroit Tigers, Darrell Evans. A career .263 batting average from the New York Mets, Kevin McReynolds. In 1987, he had 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases from the Cleveland Indians, Joe Carter. The only ball player to win MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season from the Baltimore Orioles, Freddie Lynch.
Now there's the lineup. Now let's take a look at the list of events. You have throwing for accuracy, bunting, running, fielding fly balls, and of course the big home run derby. The scoring is very simple, only to the first 4 spots. First place, 100 points, and so on down the line. The prize money in each event, the same. The first 4 places, $2,000 to the winner. And then overall, $50,000 to the grand champion, and they are ready to play. As the players loosen up, let's take a look at the first event. That'll be throwing for accuracy. Now, each player from 250 feet to home plate will have 6 attempts to hit the target. Now, the ball hitting on one bounce, that will score 25 points. A ball hitting on the fly, that is 35 points. And, of course, any ball that is thrown through the center hole on the target, a bonus of 25 points, and we're ready to go.
Thank you, Donnie. As we watch the players sitting on the bench, let's go down to the field to Doug DeCinces, who will be talking to last year's winner, Corey Snyder.
I have with me Corey Snyder, who's the odds-on favorite here in this event, because last year in the competition, he was the only one to throw it through the circle on the fly, and he was able to walk away with the event. Also, he doesn't know it yet, but he seems to be the odds-on favorite to be able to take all the events. So how do you feel about this time, Corey?
Well, you know, I feel pretty good about it. You know, it's great because it's here in California. It's near my home, so it's, you know, it's going to be fun. I feel like I'm one of the young guys here. There's a lot of guys I've been watching on TV and playing before I even made it up here. So it's good to be out here with all these guys.
Have you been working out? Is your arm in good shape right now?
It feels pretty good. Last year, you know, I just happened to get in, luckily, but this year I've been throwing a little bit, you know, every week here and there, so it's feeling pretty good right now.
So you had a little adrenaline thinking about being able to come out here and compete again this year?
Yeah, a little bit. It's doing all right. I'm excited for it.
There you have it, Corey Snyder, the odds-on favorite in this event.
We're ready to go, and you're looking at the young outfielder for the San Diego Padres, Tony Gwynn, the first winner of this competition and a 2-time National League batting champion.
Well, the thing I like about Tony Gwynn right there, he's getting on top of the ball. And that's the way all outfielders should throw the ball, to make sure they get good carry and they get good velocity on their throws.
Now, Tony's got one of the better arms in the National League.
There's a young man that has shown what dedication and hard work can do for you. He became one of the finest throwing outfielders in baseball today.
And, of course, when you talk about a good throwing outfielder, that's got to make a lot of pitchers awfully happy when he can cut down some potential runs out there. This is about his last throw, and he's going to end up with 35 points. So Tony Gwynn puts 35 in his pocket and goes away.
You must realize one thing, that these fellas now, they've had quite a layoff since the season ended, so their arms aren't as strong as they would like for them to be.
Here's a guy right here, Marty Barrett from the Boston Red Sox. He's not used to this. Look at that sinker.
Here's Marty Barrett. Now you're asking a second baseman to make a long throw, which is very, very unusual for him. This is why you'll find that he won't be too effective throwing at that distance.
Marty Barrett, of course, was the most valuable player in the 1986 American League Championship Series, and I tell you, the more you watch Marty Barrett, the more you want to play with a Marty Barrett. You want him on your side. He is a tough competitor. But he's still got to hit the target. There we go.
There's a young man that you're asking to make the long throw from the outfield. Normally, he would make a short throw playing second base. So he has to go to making the long throw right here.
How about this guy?
There's a young man that probably has one of the finest throwing arms in all the major leagues, Corey Snyder. Of course, he was last year's winner. Got good release, gets on top of the ball real good.
Well, Tommy, you know, a lot of people think that Corey Snyder is strictly an outfield, but I've seen him play a lot of infield, a lot of shortstop with the Cleveland Indians. The young man has a great arm from any place on the field that he wants to play. He is just a good all-around athlete.
Tried to put a little extra on that one and missed the target completely. Wow. What a shot. He just missed that hole. He made it last year, as everyone knows.
Well, Corey Snyder has 90 points right now under his belt, and he takes an early lead. We'll see what's coming up.
I think what you'll find here, Don, is they're getting a little bit too much of an arc in their throw. They've got to keep that ball as low as possible on the line if they want to be more accurate with their throws.
Well, the big thing that an outfielder wants to do, as you mentioned, they want to stay on top. They don't want to get to the side. They don't want that ball to sink.
Kevin McReynolds possesses one of the finest throwing arms in the National League.
Well, Kevin's got 25 points and trying to pick up some more. Missing right there. That's not going to get it done. Something here. Oh, that was close. So there's 25 more points trying to get more.
He got rid of this one real good. It looks like it's a good throw, Don. Right through the hole. What a shot by Kevin McReynolds.
Now, Kevin McReynolds with that 25 points and 25 bonus points with 100. And now here's another infielder, Darrell Evans. Of course, Darrell, the first player to hit 40 home runs in both leagues. It's a little long throw. Looks good.
Wow, what a lucky break for Darrell Evans. That ball hit the target after the first bounce. You know, Donnie, if the ball bounces twice, they don't get any points.
He's got 50, looks like 25 more.
You know, it's amazing. What a great athlete this guy is. Here he has played the infield all his life, and now they expect him to make the long throw. And look what a tremendous job he has done. Darrell Evans. That's why he's still playing in the major leagues and still doing an outstanding job for the Detroit Tigers.
Well, he's going to play a few more years. I'll guarantee you they'll have to tear that uniform off of him. He's been quite a credit to the game. 75 points, and that's great. Let's go to Doug with Joe Carter.
I know you picking yourself here to win this thing, but who's your next pick?
Who's my McReynolds? He's going to be my next one. Unfortunately, he's already got 100 points. So.
Well, you're going out on a limb right there.
I think Corey may come in third. So that's. I tell you what, Darrell Evans surprised me.
Well,
Yeah. The old man still got it.
Yeah.
You know, he might be in the outfield next year. Covering center field.
Is Sparky watching?
I don't know. I don't know if Sparky's watching or not. Sparky might be out fishing somewhere, playing golf.
As Irvine's baseball coach Girakis and his son enjoy their hero with more throwing for accuracy in just a moment. More throwing for accuracy. Ozzie Virgil, the Atlanta Braves catcher, his first go-around, he was shut out. He was 0 for 3. We'll see what happens. In his second go-around, it looks like he's 0 for 4.
You know, Don, catchers should be real good in this contest. They should have a lot of accuracy in their throws. All right through the hole. What a nice throw that was. To continue what I was saying, Don, catchers have to be accurate. They've got that long throw from home to second base.
Well, there's a smile on his face, so he's got to be happy with that, but he's just got 50 points in his pocket. He's going to have to do a little bit better. There's another catcher, a man who's got a strong throwing arm. Lance Parrish of the Philadelphia Phillies. A Taylor. There's another Taylor. Uh-oh.
Well, it looks like Lance hasn't been loosened up properly. He's missed his first couple of throws. Uh-oh. Right through the hole. I tell you about those catchers.
Well, it does take them a little time, but once they get loose, look at this.
Wow. Just missed going through that hole again.
Right there, another. Look at the Kentucky windage. A little tail. I don't know. That's 2 bounces, I think. Puts a little more on it.
Well, it looks like he got that one, Don.
Well, I don't know. Somebody said, look at that look. Look at it again, right here, Tommy. Watch the tail of that ball that goes around that outside white corner, and boom, it hits in behind. So Lance has to settle for 75 points. Here's Timmy Raines.
It looks like it's raining, and I'll tell you this much, Don. That ball gets wet. They're going to have a tough time throwing it.
Now, Timmy Raines, you see, he's off to the right. You know, the funny thing, all these guys have been missing right early.
Although Tim Raines doesn't possess a strong throwing arm, he makes up for it by charging the ball and getting rid of the ball quickly. And I'll tell you, it's raining harder right now, and for accuracy, they are going to have a tough time. And I think that's what's going through Timmy Raines' mind right now. He feels that he's got to get a better grip on the ball, and of course, that has a tendency to throw off his accuracy.
Might need some rosin.
Well, it looks like we've got another one. It hit the back bar, and it's no points for Tim Raines.
Gee, Timmy knew it was that. He's looking at Paul Runge. Now we'll see what happens here. There's some points, 25.
I'll tell you one thing. This guy, I know him. He's thrown out a lot of my runners since he's been in the National League. Very, very accurate throwing arm.
Well, that'll do it for Timmy Raines. He walks away with 25 points.
Look at him. He's hanging right there.
That's the way pitchers walk around in the spring. Here's a guy coming up, and he's got a cannon. Larry Parrish of the Texas Rangers.
Let me tell you something about Larry Parrish. When he was a third baseman for the Montreal Expos, Don, he possessed one of the finest throwing arms I have ever seen on any third baseman.
Now, right there, the two arms up by Runge. That is through the hole. Kevin McReynolds watching with interest. Look at this one here. There's another one. Back-to-back 50-pointers. He indeed has a gun. Not there.
You'll notice, Donnie, he's getting good push off of that back foot. This is what you need to do to be able to get some velocity on the throw.
And it skips in hard. He's keeping the ball low. So another 25. Boy, I'll tell you, he's making this look like a joke. Now the big man from Texas, Larry Parrish, 150 points. Tommy, analyze this motion.
Right here. Here is where he's getting, see, right there, pushing off of that back foot. That's what I like about that throw.
Let's go to Doug with a winner.
Congratulations, Larry.
Thank you very much, Doug. I use the old third baseman throw instead of the outfielder's throw here, so I could keep it on line better.
Well, I appreciate you doing that, keeping the third baseman, the infielders in this. I thought maybe the outfielders had the advantage because of the throw here, but you've always had a strong arm anyway. So.
Yeah, that was his advantage for me. I hadn't threw a whole lot the last couple of years. The agent down in Texas. So
Parrish tied for fourth, and we'll be right back in just a moment. McKeon and Larry Young, and if you'll notice, they're not wearing glasses at all. Our next event is bunting, and there's a lot of these guys that really aren't called on to bunt. But Tommy, as far as I'm concerned, bunting is really getting to be a lost art.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Don. Sometimes when you give players the bunt sign, they look at you almost like you've insulted them. And you don't have as much bunting in the American League because of the designated hitter. But there are some very important techniques to bunting, and I'd like to point them out to you.
Let's see, right here.
Number one, you have to pivot on the back foot. Hold the bat out. Get your hand behind the barrel of the bat so the ball doesn't hit your fingers. You just hold the bat out as far possibly, bend your knees slightly, and when the ball makes contact with the bat, there has to be a slight give. Too many bunters try to bunt the ball with the hands going forward. Of course, that makes the ball come off the bat faster.
Who do you like in this event?
I like Len Dykstra. He's gotten a lot of base hit bunts against us, and I think he's one of the good bunters in the game today.
Well, I'm going to go with the second baseman for the Boston Red Sox. That's Marty Barrett. Let's watch. And we'll show you how it works. You get 14 pitches or 8 bunts. Now, you must bunt at least 4 times to either side. You see the 25 points right out in front of the plate, followed by the 50 points, a little harder, then 75 points and 25 bonus points for a sure base hit. Right now, let's go to Doug DeCinces.
My two cohorts have made their picks, with Don picking Marty Barrett and Tommy going with Lenny Dykstra, but I have to go with last year's winner. He beat me out by 25 points last year. I saw the great bunts, and that's Joe Carter.
Well, thanks, Doug. I appreciate the confidence. Tommy and Don really don't know what they're talking about. All the pressure's on the little guys. The big guys, we had nothing to lose, and I think that's what happened last year. The first 3 finishes, myself, you, and Kevin McReynolds. So I'm looking forward to some great bunts down there. They've kind of changed it on us. They've made us bunt to first base, and I haven't done that too well. So we'll see how it goes.
Without a doubt, I know from first-hand experience, he does know how to bunt down the third base line for a base hit. So the real test for you, Joe, is going to be able to get that bunt on the first base side for winners.
That's what it's going to take. I'm going to try to go to first base. Maybe I can get lucky. It's better to be lucky than to be good in this game. And if I can sneak in maybe a couple, then I can go to my hot spot, which is third base.
All right. Good luck.
All right.
Let's take a look back on the first AT&T Challenge bunting contest. This young man put on an exhibition, a clinic. All youngsters who are watching should realize this is the perfect way to bunt. Look at that young man bunt that ball. Tremendous accuracy. Look at that bunt. If he were bunting in this year's contest, with that kind of bunting, he would have scored an unbelievable 350 points.
Of course, that was the one and only Wade Boggs. Let's take a little look at some of the bunting exhibitions of this year. Corey Snyder, who has excellent power but can also bunt. That is for 50 points, a total of 100. Candy Maldonado also can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Right here you see 75 points. He has a total of 100. Darrell Evans doesn't bunt too often. 40 home runs in both leagues, 75 points, a total of 100. Then Marty Barrett, yes indeed, he will bunt on you at any time in the course of the ball game. 50 points, and really not too good in the competition. Then you have Vince Coleman. You're a first baseman, third baseman. Where do you play this young man with that kind of speed? Coleman, 75 points, a total of 100. And Mike Aldrete really doesn't bunt that much, but he gets a bunt down, a good 75-point bunt, and a total of 100. Lenny Dykstra coming up. Indeed, he will bunt, but in World Series play, we've seen him hit home runs. 50 points on that bunt for a total of 75. Freddie Lynn. What about the Grand Slam home run in the All-Star game, the only one? Here he bunts, a total of 100 points.
Doug talked to two power hitters, both big enough to go hunting bear with a switch.
I have Jose Canseco and I have Pete Incaviglia. Both you guys, you know, you're not known for that. You're both power hitters in the game of baseball, but I do know that you've been able to lay down some bunts at times. What about this event today?
Pretty tough event. I couldn't stop that ball in front of that markers for anything. I can aim it the right way, but I can't stop it in the right place.
I think like the ball has a lot of momentum just when you tap it. You get carried away with trying to be too perfect, and a lot of times you don't even put it into play like I did today.
There's one thing, too, that you have to know. So both you guys, if you bunt during the season, most of the third basemen are on the outfield grass, so you don't have to be that close. You just got to lay it down, am I right?
I haven't had a bunt signal from Bobby in 2 years, I don't think. I don't think I'm going to do too much bunting.
Oh, well, you got to talk to him now, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I performed real well today. Now I know why I don't get it anymore.
How about you, Jose?
Well, a couple times I bunted on my own, and you're right, when the third baseman's so far back, basically they're saying bunt it. If you can bunt it fair, you got a base hit, and I have capitalized on it sometimes this year.
All right. Well, there you have it. Two power hitters trying to do the finesse game.
Travel arranged through Eastern Airlines. Fly nonstop from Newark to Kansas City, where connections to the West are quick and convenient. Eastern, the first-class airline to and from Kansas City. Joe Carter is making some fans very happy with his autograph, and we'll be right back with more bunting after the campus of the University of California at Irvine, and we're continuing with the bunting competition, and leading it off here in the second half from the New York Mets, Howard Johnson. Well, Howard Johnson, sometimes you wonder how many times he's been called on to bunt. Let's check his bunting style. There's a jab. He looked out.
Uh-oh. As I said earlier, Don, bunting has become a lost art. It just seems like there's not enough sacrificing, not enough bunting going on in baseball today.
Well, Tommy, there's an art to it. You don't turn around and jab at the ball. For the youngsters out there, you get the barrel of the bat out front and you let the ball hit the bat. Don't jab at it like you're trying to push it by the pitcher.
Howard Johnson, one of the few guys to hit 30 home runs and steal 30 bases in the major leagues. When you go out to watch the Mets play, very rarely will you see this guy asked to sacrifice.
Well, maybe that's why that he's not one of the better bunters that you might see, but I'll say this, that I'll bet you in the course of a year, if it means a pennant, Davy Johnson will teach him how to bunt.
What they used to say, Don, years ago when we played, the single hitters and the bunters drive little cars, and those power hitters
They drive those big luxury automobiles.
You know, I'll buy that, Tommy, but I think one of the big things I'm going to have to take a good, hard look at is Ozzie Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals. Power hitter, couple million a year, not too bad. Boy, I guess that shows you how times have changed, though. God love him for it. What a player he is.
I don't know how many times they had to check Howard Johnson's bat this year, but I'll tell you right now, they will not be checking it while he's bunting out there. I'll guarantee you on that.
Well, I'll tell you, if he comes to bat with two different bats, then you'll never know what they might do. You can see right there, Andretti and Incaviglia saying, blow on it.
I would have to say that ball is not on the line. Hey, listen, there's a little generosity out of Paul Runge right there, as far as I'm concerned. He's a National League umpire. Howard Johnson, National League ball player. Incaviglia screaming. He's not going to get the point because Incaviglia is an American League ball player.
And he doesn't bunt. So Howard Johnson ends up with 150 points, and here's Tony Gwynn. He's won this competition before. He knows what to do. Well, one thing about Tony Gwynn, Tommy, I know he can swing the bat. I don't know how he bunts. Right there, a little hard. Still a little hard.
It never fails. Anytime you feel that this fellow right here should be a good bunter. During the season, he is an excellent bunter. Here he is right now. He hasn't bunted one ball into those markers. Look at that. Unbelievable.
Shut out so far.
Well, he finally hit a big number. There it is, holding the bat too tight. You saw it. This is what I said before. If you push that bat out, it's very difficult to stop the ball from going off the bat too hard.
So far, a lucky 100 points.
There's another one. The ball came off the bat too hard. I've seen some great bunters, but Rod Carew could deaden the ball coming off the bat as good as anybody I've ever seen.
Well, there's another 100.
This is a good bunt. You see how he is deadening the ball coming off the bat.
Now, Tony Gwynn, 225 total points. He'll take them. Why not?
Okay, let's go back a year ago, and let's take a look at last year's winner, Joe Carter. Excellent bunt. Didn't get too much roll. Deadened the ball coming off the bat. There's another one. You see how he deadened that ball? Beautiful bunt. You know, it's amazing to see a power hitter bunting the ball as Joe Carter is doing.
Well, Joe Carter is really a member of that 30-30 club, and that's 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases in 1 year, so that shows you the kind of ball player that he is. A good ball player, good power. An all-star in 1986 with 121 RBIs that year. Now, that'll tell you something about Joe Carter.
That was beautiful. That's the pitch you have to lay off of, because the pitchers want you to bunt the high pitch because that's the easiest pitch to pop the ball up in the air.
That wasn't a real good attempt right there.
How sweet it is, 50 points.
Hey, Joe Carter sneaking up.
There it is again, just a little bit too hard. You got to deaden that ball, Joe.
I still like that lower hand back and the right hand up a little bit. Get the bat out.
Now the final four. Get the bat out in front. There it is, out in front. All right, beautiful.
Thank you.
Perfect bunt. There it is. He pushed the bat, which caused the ball to be fouled back. Let it hit the bat.
Yeah.
Look at this.
All right. How sweet it is. 75 points for Big Joe Carter.
I like it.
Why not?
This guy's quite an athlete. You know, we don't get to see Joe Carter in the National League, but he showed me something.
Yeah, they'll show you a lot of things, Tommy.
What a great exhibition of bunting for Joe Carter.
And 250 points, and that again will win the bunting competition for Joe Carter this year. A little wave going.
Boy, this guy is having fun, I'll tell you that. You know, the thing that impresses me, Don, is the camaraderie that goes on in this challenge. These fellas don't get to see each other in the exhibition games or during the season because many of them train in Florida and the others train in Arizona, and they don't get to play each other from one leg to the next. They're really enjoying it. This is a great, great exhibition of what friendship really is. Let's take a look at why Joe Carter won the bunting. Look how he's getting the bat out. His knees are slightly bent. See that? And he deadened the ball coming off the bat with great accuracy. Tremendous bunt. Let's go to Doug on the field.
Well, I have the winner again, Joe Carter. Boy, you're making me look good here, Joe.
Hey, we're going to have to stop meeting like this, Doug. Man, it was a little tough. It was a little bit tough this time. The field was a little bit fast. You had a bad lip there that, the ball was taking off, but I was lucky to get him down. Hey, I'd rather be lucky than be good in this game.
Yeah, but you had Tony Gwynn over there sweating. He figured he had the money in the pocket. He said, nobody's going to come close, and you were able to come through in the clutch again.
Well, see, Tony is kind of laid back. He comes to his attitude that I'm just here to have some fun, but deep down, he wants to win, and deep down, I want to win. So, we have a lot of fun pulling against each other, but it's all in fun. The man says he hadn't worked out. He owns a batting school, and says he hasn't done nothing, so... And that's the same thing he said 2 years ago when he won it all.
Well, I did see him over there wringing his hands on that last month.
Yeah, I thought I heard somebody in the dugout blowing. Go foul, go foul.
Well, there you have it, you guys. The two top winners and Joe Carter being able to just edge out Tony Gwynn in the bunting again. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
A man with power winning the bunting competition second year in a row, Joe Carter, followed by Gwynn, then Johnson, a six-way tie for fourth. The overall standings, Carter and Parrish on top, followed by McReynolds and Gwynn. Next, the men with the wheels, running, coming up. Stop. Well, the cleanup program began, starting with helicopters, and it went to brooms to get the water away so the players wouldn't get hurt. What a job the crew did. The skies cleared. Competition once again began. As far as event number 3 is concerned, we're going to have to improvise just a little bit because it's been raining all afternoon, the infield is muddy, and we're not going to take any chance of getting these players hurt. So, it is 90 feet, sheer speed, a straight sprint. Take your lead the way you would do at first base, and off you go. As I say, Tommy, speed, that's the whole key.
Odds-on favorite have to be Vince Coleman 1, and 1A has to be Tim Raines. But the one good thing about not being able to run fast is that the wet grounds cannot hurt you. Nothing can slow you down.
No question about that. And remember, last year, it was Vince Coleman defeated by 1/100th of a second. This will tell the story. Let's see what happens. As we said before, they're in the outfield. They will start 90 feet from the finish line. The umpire will signal start. The clock will stop when the player crosses the line. And we're going to start with, who will? Mr. Vince Coleman.
Don, what makes this guy one of the greatest base stealers in the game is his ability to accelerate real fast. Let's take a look back on what this young man can do. In this event from second to home, he finished in the top 3 finalists along with Tim Raines and Bo Jackson.
Well, it's interesting to watch Vince Coleman take off. Of course, it's only 90 feet, but here's the first player in history with 3 seasons of 100 or more stolen bases. You keep asking yourself, look at there, 4.08. Where do the Cardinals keep coming up with him? There's Jose Canseco. I'll tell you a little bit about him.
Don, from down here on the field, you can see it's very, very wet. These fellas are going to have a tough time getting good traction.
Well, I was going to talk about Jose Canseco, Tommy, and he can hit the ball as far as any man in either league, believe me. And that big man can run. It's 4.34. And now you're looking at Howard Johnson. It's interesting to watch the different styles as far as the runners are concerned. But you'll notice they don't run straight up and down. Howard Johnson, good time. 4.16. Lenny Dykstra. here they want him to put his hat on. Maybe it'll slow him down a little bit. He can motor. This little guy can scoot. Dykstra, 4.13. Not bad.
There are a couple of guys right there, Donnie. If they got in a race with a pregnant woman, they'd finish third.
Joe Carter won't. I'll guarantee you that. And the big man, get out of his way when he gets going. No, he can run. 4.22 for the big man from Cleveland.
I'll run for him. I'll take third.
You know, in last year's event, going from second to home, you'll see where Tim Raines was the winner. And what makes him a great base runner is simply look at the sharp turn. He doesn't take too wide a turn coming around third. This guy is a phenomenal athlete.
I'll run one time like Carl Lewis does.
You think Jimmy going to run like Carl Lewis?
You got to assume a stance. Hands on knees.
Assume a stance, says Jim McKean. Look at that. Wow. That's faster than Lasorda at 3.97. As a matter of fact, Tommy don't even drive that fast. Maybe Carter and Snyder don't either. Right now, let's go to Doug DeCinces and Tony Gwynn.
I have with me Tony Gwynn, and he was in third place just prior to the 30-yard dash. And an interesting development happened. He did not race. Tony, what was your reason?
Well, right now, I'm nursing a pulled hamstring, and on a field like this and under the wet conditions, I just didn't want to, take a chance on blowing it out and having a chance at missing the season. Everybody wants to come down here and try to win, but, you got to take precedence for yourself in a situation like this. I don't want to get hurt and miss any part of the season, so I like not to run in this, even though I think, I don't know if I had a place, but I think I could have done pretty well in it.
Tony Gwynn certainly looking at his career. We'll be back with the second round of running. Vince Coleman and crew. As you look at Vince Coleman, a speedster from St. Louis, and I will guarantee you one thing, he will give pitchers nightmares, but I must say it's easier to run on the carpet in St. Louis than the soggy conditions here today. 3.84.
As you can see, the reason why is because he accelerated so fast. Within 2 or 3 strides, he was going at full speed. The secret of winning this event is the one that gets the good jump. You got to watch McKean's hand, and the minute it moves, you got to go.
Watch the big guy go again. Jose Canseco. Hey, pretty good time, I think. 4:09. How about that?
You can hear the players' comments right down here in the field. They can't believe that big guy could run that fast.
Well, here's Howard Johnson.
See that you contact hitters?
4.13 the first time. Somebody in the background saying, you see that, you contact hitters?
Okay, let's take a look and see what kind of jump Howard Johnson gets.
.22.
He got a good jump, but his time was slow only because of the fact that field is muddy.
Well, you could see that he really wasn't too happy, Tommy, but here's a little guy. He gets a good jump, and look out.
Wow, what a jump Lenny Dykstra got.
Oh, 3.78.
Wow, the best time. I'll tell you, it was because of that jump. He got a better jump than anybody in this event.
No cap for Dykstra, no cap for Carter.
Let's take a look at Joe Carter, see what kind of jump he gets. Oh, good jump.
Oh, look at this. 4.16.
But slow time.
I don't know if Joe's happy with that.
There's our leader. Let's see if anybody can beat him. If anybody can beat him, it's this guy running right here.
Tim Raines. Wow.
I didn't think Timmy got as good a jump as Dykstra did.
Well, he didn't, Tommy. 3.99, and there's the winner right there. Now he can put his cap on. Lenny Dykstra. He can scoot, I'll tell you that.
Look at the jump, and look at the crossover step. He used it very effectively. He's pumping his arms very well, and Lenny is bent over just like a runner would be.
I have with me the winner of the 30-yard dash, and that's Len Dykstra of the Mets. Congratulations, Lenny.
Thank you, Doug. It was a situation where I didn't think, I thought I'd, come in second or third, but I didn't think I could win, but I got a good jump and I won, so I'm really fortunate to be able to win.
I think without a doubt, you said it right there. It's the jump. It's that jump that when you get out there, because you're going against some stiff competition in Vince Coleman and Tim Raines, but you definitely, right off the bat, everybody, as soon as you took off, everybody went, whoa, good jump. Yeah, and that was the key. That was the key, exactly. I was, the first time I just kind of did it, and the second time I said I got to get a good jump to win, and I got a good one, and I was lucky. Goes to show you a little finesse as well as speed will pay off. Congratulations. I appreciate it.
Well, Lenny Dykstra with a big jump. He wins the running event over Coleman and Raines, followed by Canseco. And after 3 events, it is clogged up. Joe Carter, Lenny Dykstra, Larry Parrish, followed by Vince Coleman. And we'll be back. University of California at Irvine. In event number 4, it's going to be fielding fly balls. All participants will participate in this particular event. And Tommy, as you look at the wet weather out here, we look at fly balls, great catches, other fly balls. It can be an adventure.
Well, in this particular competition right now, it's the guy that picks up the ball quick. As you can see, it's very, very dark here, and it's going to be tough for the outfielders to pick the ball up. It is the secret is to pick the ball up as quick as you can. You see 2 outfielders, one gets the jump and the other one doesn't. He is picking the ball off the bat quicker than the other guy. That's important.
They're turf shoes and they're the regular baseball shoes. I would think here they have to really have the baseball shoes on.
Well, Vince Coleman and Raines, they play on the turf on their home fields. They're used to using those turf shoes. But right now, they're going to have to go to the spike. They need as much traction as they possibly can get.
Well, there's going to be extra points for the extra effort, but you don't have to join the Screen Actors Guild to make the great catch, because it will not help at all. That's why we have the umpires. Let's see what happens. Here's how the event works. Each player will start from the same spot in the outfield and have 2 attempts. A ball will be shot from one of 3 machines at home plate. It'll go either to his right, left, or over his head. 25 points for each catch, 25 bonus points for a great effort. Right now, here's Doug DeCinces.
I have with me Lance Parrish, who's an all-star catcher. And with the weather conditions, it was going to be different for him as it was earlier. He was going to be fielding ground balls and making the throw, and we had to cancel that. Now he's out here in the outfield. You're going to have some flexibility out here, Lance.
Well, I hear you got to be able to move a little bit, and I don't know if it's going to be to my advantage or not. I've been watching the way they've been shooting some of these. I think you got to be able to put them up and go get them to do anything here, but
that's a little.
Hasn't seen any action.
I was just going to say that glove's not. It looks a little new to me. I'm not sure if that's going to be good.
If I can get to it, I'll be happy.
All righty. Good luck, Lance.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to start it off with a young outfielder for the San Francisco Giants, and that is Mike Aldretti.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. You got it.
I'll tell you, put this name in your book because he's going to be around a while. What a catch.
What an outstanding catch. I think the secret of this event is the one who can time the ball better and then make it look like a very, very difficult catch. And there it is.
Congratulations. Great catch
Thank
right
you.
there. That's the key to this right now. Not only did you have to get that and catch it, but you had to do diving. And
well, I think the key to my success is I'm a little bit slower than a lot of these other guys, and a lot of these faster guys might run over there and catch that with ease, but I'm a couple feet short, so I got to dive. I think it works out to my advantage.
Well, it definitely did right there. And are you a little bit cool right now?
No, as a matter of fact, after something like that, I'm feeling pretty good, nice and warm, and none of the wetness even bothers me.
Good. Good luck in the rest of your catches.
Thanks, guys.
He's looking up. I think he got some raindrops in his eyes. Here's where the ball will come out. They don't know which machine that ball will be coming from. That's what makes it difficult. This fellow right here can actually outrun a baseball.
Steal as many bases as he can.
Oh, you can see the rain coming down there.
Well, Lenny Dykstra can go get him.
I don't know, Lenny.
Lenny Dykstra trying to get an inside tip from the umpire.
Go ahead, Lenny.
Easy fly ball. Lenny was trying to time that ball. He was trying to make that catch look difficult.
And he knows it.
Look at the youngsters looking out over at the major league players. Isn't that great?
Well, here's a great one here.
Tim Raines, another guy
He can go get that ball. That was an easy fly ball for Timmy.
Well, he's like so many of those speedsters, Tommy. He can make a lot of them look easy. Pitcher's best friend.
Joe Carter, he's going to have to go. Caught up with it. Good catch, Joe.
He can play the infield as well as the outfield. Just a good all-round athlete.
Another key is you got to pick that ball up as quickly as possible.
Well, Howard Johnson, he's been out there a while, but he's basically a third baseman. And for you youngsters, you don't have to wear your hat like that, but he makes the catch and he gets 25 points.
Isn't it great? Those youngsters can look down and watch their heroes.
Challenge as we get ready to go to round number 2 of the fielding competition, leading it off with young San Francisco star Mike Aldretti.
That's where he knocked the ball out of his glove when it hit the ground.
Tommy, that cost him some bonus points, and he's going to end up with 50 total points.
Boy, they're having a great time. They were happy to see him drop that ball. This AT&T challenge is something special. They are just having a great deal of fun.
And today under adverse conditions.
Look at the rain coming down hard now. As you can see, Vince going after the ball. He never took his eyes off the ball. And that is the advantage of running on the balls of your feet. If an outfielder runs on his heels looking up the ball, it generally will jar his vision.
So Coleman with 50 total points. Here's Dykstra.
All you coaches out there, remember, when you're working with your youngsters and they're going after fly balls, teach them to run on the balls of their feet. It is very, very important.
Dykstra's had 2 easy chances. He ends up with 50 points, and now we go to Tim Raines.
Timmy got a good jump on the ball. See, right there, he took his eye off the ball. There's more chances of dropping the ball when you do that. So you youngsters, keep your eye on the ball at all times.
And Raines with 50 points.
So Carter's up. The rain is coming down. He gets a good jump on the ball. He's gone back for an over-the-shoulder catch. That's a difficult catch to make.
But I tell you, Tommy, I've seen him do it many times. He has 50 points.
Howard Johnson getting himself in position. Doesn't have to go back too far. Got an easy catch.
50 points for Howard Johnson. Let's look at some spectacular attempts and catches of this show over the last 3 years. Top, followed by Vince Coleman, then Larry Parrish, Howard Johnson, Tim Raines tied for 4th, and more exciting events of all, the Home Run Derby as the players loosen up. Just a reminder that over the last 2 years, 3 home runs have actually won this, but there's more to swinging a bat and catching a ball. A new name as far as sports is concerned, Biotechniques, and from the University of Hawaii we have Coop Duren. And Coop, there are 2 contestants as far as this is concerned here today. That's Pete Incaviglia of the Texas Rangers, Tony Gwynn of the San Diego Padres. Knowing and just looking with the normal eye, 2 different hitters. What does Biotechnique show on that?
Well, what Biotechniques would do is analyze the swing, and we can look at it from the top view down. So we get center of gravity movement, we get the head movement, we get stride movement. We can look at the bat velocity now and quantify exactly what the hitter does throughout that entire swing. We have video, which is in most clubhouses, but now we have the motion analysis system. So we can now look at that swing and analyze it now from all the different 3 views. We've learned through the swing that because of different stride lengths and because of different head movements and center of gravity movements, if you're not balanced through the entire swing to contact, then you've got too much head movement, which means less accuracy, less errors. You don't hit the ball as hard as often. Balance is the #1 key. And then when you look at a Tony Gwynn, Tony is balanced throughout the entire swing. Most consistent player outside of maybe Wayne Boggs and Don Mattingly.
We talked about balance. What about another word? What about drive or thrust?
I say the key word besides balance is rotation. We have found out now, I'm looking at 200 hitters throughout the American League, that you have to get to rotation as quickly as possible at foot plant. The idea of the whole weight shift, Charlie Lau idea was good at that point, but we now have analyzed it that when you weight shift too far, you're bringing your head. If you rotate quickly upon implant, you don't have any head movement, and the bat is faster, by the way, if you go into rotation sooner. And that's what an Incavigli is not doing. But that's what a Gwynn is doing. That's what a Mattingly is doing. They rotate instantly upon foot plant. And from there, they get to the rotation as fast as possible, and the bat then lags back on a horizontal plane. And that's why Mattingly is such a good hitter, and Tony's such a good hitter, because they don't have the head movement, they don't have the center of gravity movement.
So we'll see what happens right now. Another chapter as far as baseball, maybe all sports are concerned. Well, we come down to the final contest of the afternoon, and it's the home run hitting contest, and of course that's what people come to the ballpark to see. Home runs. And when you look at home runs, you think of the great hitters in the game, starting with Henry Aaron, Babe Ruth, and whoever you want to go through down the line. Here this afternoon, it's going to be interesting, Tommy, because we have some elements that are not working in the hitter's favor.
Well, it's going to be tough to see the ball to begin with, Don. They're going to hit off of a batting practice pitcher, Coach Mark Cressy of the Dodgers. That will be a lot better for them than hitting off the machine. You can't pick up the ball coming out of the machine as best as you can coming off a normal pitcher. So I like Jose Canseco. I saw him in a home run hitting contest in Houston during the All-Star game. He hit balls that were just unbelievable. He could have hit a ball out of Grand Canyon that day. I like Pete Incavigli. I think this guy has tremendous power. And you got to like a guy like Larry Parrish who can hit the ball a long way. There are a lot of long ball hitters in this group. And I'll tell you something, it's going to decide on who's going to win. There are 3 guys that look like they're going into the final stages with the opportunity to win because they're in a tie situation. Joe Carter, I think, right now is out in front. You have little Lenny Dykstra, he's in there with him. So it's going to be exciting. But you know something, Don? The toughest thing in the world to do is to hit a baseball. And that is amazing because this country operates on statistics and percentages. And in baseball, if you fail 7 out of 10 times, and you get 3 hits and you strike out 7 times, you are a success. It is the only thing in the world where if you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're a success. In other words, if you're a doctor and you operate on and 7 of them die, are you a success? You're an engineer. You build 10 bridges.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Sanders, the great golfer. And I said to him, I said, it's tougher to be a good hitter than it is to be a good golfer. He said, no, it isn't. I said, I'll prove that to you. I said, is Jack Nicklaus a great golfer? He said, yes. One of the greatest that ever lived? He said, yes. I said, do you know that a blind man challenged Jack Nicklaus to a game of golf for $10,000 winner take all? And Nicklaus said, you a blind man, you want to play me for $10,000? He said, I'm not only going to play you, I'm going to beat you. Nicklaus said to the guy, when do you want to play? And the blind man said, 11 o'clock tonight.
You can see why the Dodgers, well, they are a success. This man's a success. We're going to see who's a success here this afternoon because it all comes down to the one final contest. That's the long ball. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Now, this event is very easy. Each player gets 10 swings in the first round, 5 swings in the second round. The most home runs win. If there's a tie, there's a 3-pitch playoff.
Going into the final event, the Home Run Derby, I have the 2 leaders. I have Lenny Dykstra and Joe Carter. First, Lenny, the wind's blowing in a little bit. I don't know if this is your strength.
Doug, I don't care if the wind's blowing out a little bit. All I can hope is that these big boys over here can pick me up because I'm just going to really be watching.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is a chance, though, that because of the weather, maybe nobody might hit one out, and you'll still be the leader at the end of this. You have to look for that. Joe, on the other hand, you're the one that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. you've got a chance. You're sitting pretty right now. If you have a good batting practice, you could take the leadership.
Well, I've got a good chance, but I'm not a good batting practice hitter. You know, I try to concentrate on hitting line drives, and you know, I hit them good in the games, but I haven't fared too well in these home run contests.
You brought up an interesting point. You know, most of the good hitters in the game of baseball don't go up to home plate and try to hit home runs in batting practice. They try to hit line drives. So, well, best of luck to you guys, and hope it comes out for you.
The fellow you see there throwing batting practice is my coach. He's the Dodger bullpen coach, and he throws batting practice very well. He gets the ball over the plate good, and he doesn't try to be deceptive.
Now, his name is Mark Cressy, and there's a lot of people befriending him. Ozzie Virgil.
Ozzie Virgil got that ball right up in his wheelhouse. He is a high ball hitter.
But it only went to the wall. Oh! That ball hit hard.
When we pitch against Ozzie Virgil, we try to keep the ball inside on him. We don't want him to get his arms extended. See that ball in on him? He had trouble with it. Now watch when he gets his arms out. Look at that. He got his arms out, extension real good.
Every power hitter likes to extend.
Someone said that was a home run in Atlanta at that launching pad.
He's got me. How many?
How many? Hitters never know how many's left.
No.
Very selective. Doesn't want to swing at a bad ball. Ball inside on him. Bad pitch. Rain is still coming down hard. Inside, he'd laid off of it. He wants to get his arms out. He got his arms out on that ball.
The bat could be getting a little slick, too, Tommy.
At the wall. Extension. He wants to get his arms out over the plate. Boy, he hit that ball very good. That ball is long gone. Wow. Watch where he gets this ball outside. There it is. Boy, he hit that one good. Ozzie Virgil, good power hitter. Very happy.
So Ozzie with 3 home runs in the first round. We now go to Pete Incaviglia from Texas.
There's a big, strong power hitter. Wow. Boy, that ball was rocketing. Long gone. Not bad pitch. Swung at a bad ball. This guy, look at the arms on this guy. He looks like a blacksmith. Wow. What power this young man has.
That ball hit hard, Tommy. Look out.
Boy, he hit that one good. Wants to get those arms out. Good pitch to hit. Uh-oh. He thought it was a bad pitch. I think he got out in front of that one just a little bit too far.
That's way foul. You know, Tommy, Ozzie Virgil with 3 home runs already. That won it the last 2 years. And already Incaviglia has 2.
Incaviglia, one of the fine power hitters in baseball today. Bright young hitter.
How did you say that? Pete Incaviglia. He's one of yours, Tommy Lasorda.
The catcher's giving him the sign out over the plate. Wow. He rocketed that one. He hit that one a ton.
I'll tell you, that ball was crushed.
How would you like to have this guy get mad at you?
Pete Incaviglia, 3 home runs, ties him with Virgil. He goes to DeCinces.
Congratulations, man. All right, 3 of them. The last one went over the scoreboard. That's an awesome shot in this rain.
I was swinging bad. I've been swinging bad in the off-season. I just, come out, swing as hard as I can, try and make contact.
Nothing different than the season. That's how you go up there hitting those long balls during the year, too.
Nothing different. Just go up there and see how far you can hit it.
Let's take another look at the special.
Andy Maldonado.
Candy had an outstanding year for the Giants, helping them to win the division title. He likes the ball out over the plate. Hit that ball very well. That's a long poke over that scoreboard. Candy wound up with 1 home run. Freddie Lynn, quick bat on the inside part of the plate. Freddie wound up with 2 home runs. The second home run hit the top of the wall. Look at that. Jose Canseco, big power hitter. Look at that shot. He wound up with 1 home run. Corey Snyder, he also wound up with 1 home run. Poor Tony Gwynn. He came up short. Look at McReynolds. He wound up with 1 home run.
Home run.
Timmy Raines, no power hitter. He came up short. Larry Parrish popped that one up. No home run. Vince Coleman, just a little short of hitting the ball out. Vince, he thought he might have had one. Sorry, Vince. No brass ring on that one, buddy. Little Lenny Dykstra popped it up. No home run. Joe Carter. Hit it good. It's gone.
Now, not only can Joe Carter bunt, he can also hit the long ball. Part 2 of the home run contest coming up. Baseball challenge, and Mother Nature certainly is not cooperating at all in this rain-troubled contest. The players sitting around waiting and getting a little stiffer as the temperatures fall. But this is how the second round went.
Here's Ozzie Virgil at the plate right now. Good swing. That ball is out of here. That gives him a total of 4 home runs. Here comes Big Pete Incaviglia. He hits one a long way. Also gives him a total of 4. Larry Parrish steps up to the plate. That ball is hit real good. Into the night. Larry's got him 2 home runs this round. That gives him a total of 2. That swing just knocks Lenny out of contention for first place. Big Joe Carter. That home run gave Joe 2.
And with those 2 home runs, Tommy, he is $50,000 richer. Yes, sir, the heartbeat goes on. The pocketbook gets a little bigger. This is his 3rd year in the competition, maybe the 3rd time is a charm. Congratulated by the other contestants, but we have more work to do as Pete Incaviglia and Ozzie Virgil will have a playoff in the home run contest, but Doug DeCinces is with the new winner. Let's listen.
I have the winner with me right here in Joe Carter, overall winner, but first I want to go to Larry Parrish because, Larry, you hit the 2 home runs in the home run hitting contest. That puts you in 3rd place, and it made you the winner until Joe came up to swing.
Well, Joe come through under pressure there, but I knew when he only had to hit 1 out of 5 out, I figured he was going to do it.
But in the same token, you had to hit 2 to get in there out of the 5 swings, and that was a good effort on your part.
Yeah, it was. It was the last round I swung the bat better. I started driving the ball a little bit. First round, I was trying to lift the ball and jack it out of here. All I could do was hit pop-up.
All right, and then, Joe, under all the stress, man, all the sweat you've had today, you know, we were going to whisper it in your ear to see what kind of a clutch player, but you knew already going up there what you had to do, so.
Well, I knew I had to hit 1 to top a 4th, but I didn't know that he had passed me in the overall standings, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I don't know. I couldn't swing the bat with both hands around my neck, but I'm just happy to come out here, and you know, this is my 3rd year out here, and I finally came in the the top spot, and I'm just happy as can be right now.
Well, I think right now, Joe, we all wish great congratulations here, but I think you got to go clean yourself up and go accept your check from Don.
All right, hey, I'll gladly do that.
Well, Timmy Raines, there with a Montreal hat on, he knows what collecting $50,000 is like because he has won before, but this year he has to settle for 5th. Money at stake, Virgil leads it off.
The key to winning this thing right now is, to me, the guy who's going to be up there relaxed. The guy who's going to try too hard, he's not going to be able to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
That's going to fall short.
There's a good example of that. Ozzie's taken too hard a swing.
Only 3 pitches can make you do that.
He's got to relax those arms.
It's tough. The ball's not carrying.
Hit the ball good, but he couldn't get it up in the air.
Do or die time. Pitch number 3.
Wasn't the kind of pitch that he could drive. The ball a long way. He could have pulled that ball. That ball would have been trouble.
Boy, there's still a lot of diehards here watching.
Pete knows that he's in the driver's seat. Ozzie failed to drive one out in 3 swings. All he has to do is relax and get a good pitch.
But not be over anxious.
He is relaxed. Wow. He hit that ball real good. Just missed.
A little off the end of the bat.
Pete is upset. He felt he should hit that ball out. Ozzie's happy. Look at him smiling. He wants Pete to pop the next 2 up. Uh-oh. Goodbye. That ball is deep into the night. Way gone. The winner, the fine Italian from the Texas Rangers, Pete Incaviglia.
Well, Pete being congratulated by the other contestants, and there you see Joe Carter on the right of your screen being congratulated by Marty Barrett. Let's go to Pete and Doug and hear what happened.
All right, a nice little playoff there. You were the odds-on favorite going into it. Ozzie stretched you out to a playoff, and you came through. Congratulations.
Well, that was great. This was a lot of fun, and hopefully they'll invite me back next year. This was a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun coming out here and seeing everybody, and playing, and a lot of fun taking fly balls and seeing everybody laugh. It's a great deal.
So the final event of the day comes to a close. Pete Incaviglia wins the home run hitting contest, but the overall winner is Joe Carter, $50,000 richer, followed by Dykstra, Coleman, and Parrish. Carter showed today he can do it all. He can bunt, he can hit the long ball. As we said at the very offset, it might be the long ball that determines the winner of this complete contest, and indeed it was. Mr. Joe Carter, the winner of $50,000. But the athletes of Special Olympics are the real winners in this contest here this afternoon, as they receive $100,000. And Jerry Chaffel, the Vice President of Marketing for AT&T, he is here to present the check to Joe. And Jerry, take it away.
Don, thank you very much. Joe, it is indeed my pleasure on behalf of AT&T to present you this check for $50,000 for truly outstanding performance on the field today. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Jerry, and I want to thank the people from AT&T for sponsoring this, such a great event, and thank the people from Special Olympics, because they are the real benefiters of this event, and I think I can find good use for the $50,000.
Joe, congratulations, and I know for Doug DeCinces and Tommy Lasorda, it has been a real pleasure watching the true all-stars here this afternoon. They have put on quite a performance in a lot of adverse conditions. We thank you. We hope you've had fun. We'll see you in just a little bit. Travel arrangements made through Eastern Airlines. Whether you're traveling to Los Angeles for business or pleasure, chances are Eastern's going your way. Eastern, the one to the sun. Well, we really hope you've enjoyed the program this afternoon. It's been a great contest, and I know that we've really enjoyed it. And Tommy, I think as you sum it all up, you look at professional athletes, the adverse conditions that we had, yet it's been a great contest.
Well, Don, first of all, I enjoyed working with you and Doug. I commend the Major League players. They did a tremendous job, and I think all of them are role models for the youth of this nation. I want to thank AT&T for giving us the opportunity to be here today, and I really want to commend them for the generosity that they have shown to the Special Olympics. That is generosity at its best.
And, of course, when you talk about this particular contest, Doug, you've been a money winner here before, and I know that you have to appreciate the athletes here today.
Without a doubt, Don. I think that under the conditions, they went out there and proved that they're true major leaguers, and they have to play under any circumstances. And the thing was, too, that the inner competition was there. You could see the frustration when they didn't do things right, and you could see the joy when they were doing the correct things.
Been a lot of fun, and we hope you've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed it. There's been a lot of winners out here this afternoon. It might not be in money, but it's certainly been in spirit. Until next year, so long, everyone. The AT&T Baseball Challenge has been brought to you by AT&T. Promotional consideration provided by Premier Cruise Lines, the official cruise line of Walt Disney World, by Eastern Airlines, and by Rawlings.